So, Vuyo, you have South Africans, some of which got married and were locked up in their wedding dresses and fined, but a minister who gets 2 months leave, 1 month without a salary, but she earns around 200,000 rand a month anyway, so that's nothing for her. People are calling for tougher action.
Exactly, and they're correct, and I think the president is aware of that, and that's precisely why the statement Kusela just read reads in part that she should be held, and I quote, in higher standards, meaning higher standards are demanded of her than ordinary citizens. So it's going to be interesting then to see how the people who will have been found to have fallen foul of the law, what will happen to them as opposed to what happens to the minister. And what the president's statement suggests is that even if she goes through a normal process that every other South African would have had to go through, given what she has done, the president still has the prerogative, given the fact that he believes that she should be held, to higher standards than those required of an ordinary person. So the president still has that responsibility to deal with his minister.
And then the other dilemma for the ANC and the president is the Welkom mayor making racial slurs during an address to soldiers. Let's first talk about what Jesse Duarte of the ANC had to say, and then we'll talk about the response from this mayor. Okay.
Jesse Duarte believes that something needs to be done to this guy because he has gone against everything that the ANC stands for. Everyone knows, and the ANC has gotten into trouble from other former components of the mass liberation movement for its non-racial stance. It's something the ANC has defended since day one. Now, to have someone going, because even when you listen to the mayor's so-called apology. It's not an apology. He's basically dismissing that, saying, no, focus on the bigger picture. Because what I was trying to say here was that people don't listen. And the president has given us a directive that people who don't listen should be dealt with. And that's why you as soldiers, because we was talking to soldiers, are here. And it's also clearly the guy doesn't even have a sense of, what his job entails. He thinks he can go out there and instruct the army to actually skit and donor people. But let's listen to what Jesse Duarte has to say, because it's also going to be in the purview of the ANC to deal with this one as well.
Oh, I don't think we have Jesse. I think we might have the mayor's bite, right? So let's take a listen to that.
That's why my surname is Speelman. So Bronville is going to give you a little bit headache. If yet most partay fund the some chances. So don't hesitate. I talked to them yesterday, close them, they get out, they drink again. So what they want, go there and show that you are here as a soldier. But I think I'll work with you as whilst you are here. I hope you'll stay here more or less 2 years. I'll appreciate it. So I'll appreciate it to stay with me here, because I have a lot of challenges. Then where's other people that are giving a problem, the so-called South African citizens? Symbol called the Pakistanians and then Nigerians, they're giving us a headache. Are the ones that are taking chances. So don't hesitate. Scotland must beckon, and I'll support you. Thank you very much.
And this is the dilemma, isn't it?
Yeah.
Here's a guy who's saying there are people in his community or in his municipality who are doing, breaking the law in the same way that Stella Ndabeni-Abrahams did. But he's asking for, these soldiers to do, to them, the things he just described. He's xenophobic, he is racist, yes, Stella Ndabeni-Abrahams may have said that she is deeply sorry, and she may have asked us to forgive us. But I think all those things will be, for people who are going to deal with her case to actually deal with. I think for us right now, it should be important. It will be important to see that she is being treated no differently. It will be important to see the ANC acting consistently. In other words, what Jessie Duarte is asking to be done to the mayor should be what she asks to be done to a Stella Ndabeni-Abrahams. And Cyril Ramaphosa, as the president of the ANC, it shouldn't matter that Stella Ndabeni-Abrahams can walk into his office and ask for forgiveness, because scores of South Africans who have also done or committed similar offenses don't have an opportunity to sit around the table with the president and ask for forgiveness. All those things become very important, and what it is calling, it's calling on all of us to actually be sober about these things and not really care much about where, in the social or status rungs the person falls. The law should be the law, and our attitudes should be the same attitudes we display whether a person is a minister or a mayor or an ordinary Joe Soap.
Yeah. There's that saying, sorry seems to be the hardest word, but it's the total opposite for these ANC members, because it's the easiest thing for them to say and they get away with it. Thanks for that. Appreciate it. Our political editor, Vuyo Mvoko.